Okay. What's up, Crystal Sanders? How's it going? Just getting started. Let me get some music on. I'll post this stuff out. Obviously, the chapter's not going to be out for about 20 minutes. So, real quick, let me finish getting everything set up. I'll get the standard, my Karazhan music for the background, as is tradition. Let me see. Get that. One sec. I'll turn that down a little bit. It's not coming through my mic, is it? I think that's my fan. Tell me if you hear the music like doubling over anything. Will I click too fast? I mean, I hope you're excited. This is, I would assume, going to be primarily a Viernez information chapter. I don't need like Selene literally just to do nothing but like an exposition dump, but I expect her to give, whatever the crucial information of Viernez that she has. Oh, he's, the reason he is X, Y, or Z dangerous, why he wants to do it, I don't know fully well, but I know that he has a grudge against humans, one way or the other. Something that we can just kind of formulate an idea of what we're going to be dealing with, other than just crazy, weird power level examples. One sec. One sec. Once I finish posting all this up, then we'll be, I would assume, fully good to go and prepped. Who's the strongest person Gajo could defeat in 100 Years Quest? I mean, Gajo could probably beat the lower Diablos members. The problem is with Gajo is Gajo just hasn't gotten anything really as an upgrade to his abilities since, since he hasn't got anything that's like a actual addition to his arsenal since Iron Shadow Dragon mode, because the Steel Dragon that he got with Torafusa, it was quote unquote temporary, which I think Mishima, if he does end up having the whole he can retain other metals of dragons he's eaten, kind of like Natsu with fires, you could get something out of that. But yeah, that didn't stay. Dragon Force is different because obviously that's something he can achieve. We just haven't seen him be able to do it on his own. And then it's one thing that I talk about is Gajo doesn't really have any he doesn't really have a trump card. Most characters have at least a trump card, a broken ability that if needed be, they can pull it out. Gajo doesn't really have that, and I think that's one thing that he definitely is lacking in terms of a fight. I think he really needs something that is rough for if an opponent shows up. Do you think Hades could beat God Serena? No. Because Hades was strong, but we know Hades shouldn't be within the group of Spriggan. One sec. First oh, appreciate it, man. What's up, Shadow Dream? Yeah, like the stream if you haven't. We're going to hopefully be getting some good lore bits and some good information on Viernez, so hopefully that's enough for you guys. If you feel like liking the stream, subscribing. If you haven't, maybe donating $1 or $2. Remember, any dollar donated is a chapter to buy, because the chapters are 75, 80 cents. So if you guys, anytime you donate a little bit towards one of these streams, since I buy the officials, you technically are supporting official release at least a little bit. Know that. Every single 100 Years Quest chapter that I've ever talked about, I bought. I own all the Japanese digital chapters. So anytime you come to my streams for this, if you donate $1 or whatever, you are contributing. So know that. It's not like, oh, yeah, $100. It's like, no, you throw $1, that dollar goes towards a chapter. When it's not going towards like a, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something weird, a random like expensive thing to buy. I don't know. It's, you get like a Roomba, but instead of cleaning, it like systematically knows when to shoot confetti. It's just like, it's purely like a prep party exciter. Randomly, it's like you do really good in a video game, it shows up and shoots confetti on you. It's sweet. What's up, Zero? How's it going, man? Hades and Mordgear definitely beat Nineheart. Nineheart is 100% a situational character. And that's the weird thing I find about Nineheart, is like if he runs into characters that don't have powerful dead people in their past, what are they really going to do? And we really didn't see what he was capable of in a normal fight. If you include Nineheart post being able to summon dead Spriggan, I don't think Mordgear or Hades would be able to beat him. Because he has a Godstrainer Wall and a Bloodmin Historian. I don't think that they individually would be able to handle that many people with that much hacks. I see you confirm that the Spriggan 12 are this. Oh, he said that they're the strongest that they pretty much had been at the time. Yeah, I'm aware. I've only got Devil Fruit for my One Piece OC. Mist Logia? That'd be kind of cool. If I was going to go with the Logia, what would be cool? I'm trying to think of something neat, but isn't, like, straightforward. Crap. Ooh, dude. What about a Glass Logia? I would actually think it'd be really cool for Glass. Because it's like, it doesn't matter if you get damaged, but it's like if somebody punches you, then they're gonna get hurt. But it's one thing that I've always wondered. It's like why don't you have like glass? You get them broken down enough to it's like essentially like a powder, and then you turn it into like a razor wind tornado. Concept Dragons, here we go. I mean that's what Viernes is gonna be moving with. That's the energy this guy's got. We got a few more minutes. We have 15 minutes, and then we'll get to seeing what exactly Viernes has got ticking, which I'm very excited for. It's like if. One sec. Let's see. I think we should get introduced to another Demon Slayer, and Gray could eat their magic. I don't think that that has to happen. I don't want Gray to eat another devil slaying magic. I don't want that. What I would prefer is if we got another Devil Slayer, it would be in a spinoff. I've talked about like I would love to have a Devil Slayer spinoff or a Strauss sibling spinoff starring obviously Mira Jane Elfman and Lizana. The villain is a Devil Slayer after Mira Jane, and then you just have like, oh well, this character is like related to like the origin of Devil Slayers. It's from like a family that wanted to hunt demons. You do kind of almost like a Van Helsing kind of like Belmont thing, where it's just like they're just a long running family that like they've been doing this a long time, and it's because they've been doing it, their family is like kind of stained in darkness, so they're kind of evil, and that's why they act the way they are. Then bam, you get some lore stuff. Maybe you show Silver met him at one point. That's how he became a Devil Slayer, and then perfect enemy for Mira Jane, and then bam, you do some stuff, get Mira Jane an upgrade, and then bam, put a relevant to include her in 100 Years quest. Maybe not like, I wouldn't need her to be like, oh, now she's competing with Urza and fighting Masaki. I'd be perfectly fine if it's like Mira Jane did some stuff, came back, and then she was actually able to fight Skollion, or like, she's like at that level with like Kyria and Madmul and like Lucy, where they're strong, but they're in the lower levels of the group overall with with all these people involved. I would be pretty cool with that. Magma Devil Slayer like Akainu and Kuza in One Piece. A Magma Devil Slayer? I wonder how that would look. They need a God Slayer in the main cast. God Slayers are destined for pain. I don't know if that's a good idea. Do you think a further form of Dragon Force should have Wingtail? It does. Dragon Force. So Dragon Force is just a temporary increase in the process of becoming a dragon. Think about it like this. In Dragon Slaying Magic, it is fundamentally like how evolution works in Pokemon, Once you evolve and once you reach that stage, there's no going back. You're stuck there, and you'll keep progressing till you reach your pinnacle. Though obviously there is the fact that there are Dragon Slayers that have had levels of transformation to give off a human appearance, but that's just appearance-wise. They're fully dragons in their body at that point. But you do that, and then it's comparison. Dragon Force is closer to, like, instead of it being a Pokemon, you temporarily become a Digimon, where you jump ahead in your chain, but once you run out of power, you turn back. It's only a temporary. It's a glimpse of the future sort of thing. What are the thoughts of Natsu's dragon form prevented from happening because of the antibodies Igneal made? I mean, I think that was only temporary. I think Natsu pretty much overpowered that. And I feel like Wendy could probably deal with that pretty easily. I don't think it'll really happen the same, but I think there's an easy chance that it could continue because Dragon Slaying magic, by the nature of it, it just keeps progressing through usage and power levels and stuff. So, like, the more, obviously, you're more frequent using it, the stronger you are, the harder it would be to resist the effects of it. Godslayers have it the worst in the show. Godslayers just have it rough. It's really weird because it's like, it's different for all of them, but all of them had a rough deal. Like, Zenkro was really cool. I liked Zenkro. I thought he was neat in his first appearance. I love his design. Voice actors are great. I love his dub and his sub voice. And then obviously he made a bad choice with Zeref. And then it's like Orga. Orga's the weird one because Shelia, like, Mishima obviously gave her attention. We got some information on her. We actually even know where she learned Godslaying magic. There's a much better amount of information for her, and the way that she went out was pretty good. And then Orga is one of the weirdest for me. Mishima did not care about him at all. He had almost no insight to his character. We got zero backstory, zero scenes where it was like he got some spotlight and got to be the moment to shine. After his first bit, when he initially showed up, he got nothing. And that was one of the weird things for me, because, like, Mishima gave some pretty decent love to all the members of Sabretooth except Orga. Wendy versus Mary Jane? Oh, I got Wendy clapping. Wendy could just separate her from her Satan souls, or just use do zero and cancel out any of her buffs. How did she learn Gunsling magic? One of the Magic Council members gave her a book, and in the book she was able to find it. Like, do you remember the part in the anime for 100 or not 100 Choice in Grand Magic Games where Rufus was like going through that library and going through all those different magic books? It was more like that. It's like an actual book on the branch of magic. Kind of like how Ultir learned her magic as well. It's just like she was given an actual book on the information of how to pretty much harness this magic, and she was able to decipher it and do it. It's because it's not something that we get in the manga technically. It's on her guild card. It's if you go look for the cover where she is on there and it shows, like, you know, Sharia Blendy, you know, age, how old is she? Like 15, 16? You know, Godslaying magic. It says that it's one of the Magic Council members. I can't remember exactly which one. I think it's the one that Gajil knew. Godslaying magic, cool. It's black. They should give them their own forms like Grav. Well, the thing is, like, we've only seen the one devil slaying form, and we haven't even seen it really progressed. I would really like to see some other, or at least like in lore. Like, we don't have to even directly see them. I'd love to see some God Slayers. Or Devil Slayers, just like, oh yeah, they lost their hearts to the darkness. They're devils now, essentially. Like kind of like how wild dragon slayers can get after they become dragons. It's like devils, full, more power ones. I think that'd be great, because like, you could have powerful devils and demons in the series again and explain where they're from. Like, what if Gray had to go somewhere to train, and it's like, oh, it's a valley where all of these devil slayers who turned into demons went, and so he has to exercise all of them or something, and he just goes through like a demon slaying gauntlet and ends up becoming like the, you know, top devil slayer in general over it. I can look as Lucky Zeref didn't pick up dragon slaying magic. I don't think it really would have mattered, because like one thing about Acnologia you're really going to think about, Zeref needed infinite magic to control the space between time. Acnologia completely consumed it. So I don't really know exactly the extent of where he would have really reached. He would have had to gone through the whole crippling aspect for him, but it's like, I don't think it really would have worked that way if Acnology wasn't split. So I don't think Zeref would have accounted for that at all. Do you think Hades had fire god sling magic? No, he has like he has a massive library of all the different magics and books. He knows of them and he knows like aspects of the magic, but he never, at least from what we're aware of, like learned each of them. It's not like he knows each magic that he taught the 7 kid. He just knows of it. I imagine he has a general understanding of magic. Like, he would probably look into it. I don't really like this one, whatever, and then pick which ones he wants to add to his arsenal. But keep others in mind for, like, oh, I'll add... I don't want this, but I'll get a guy to put this on. Kind of wish E&D used more complete character concept. It's not done yet. Just wait. So the theories teach others Devil Slayer magic? Yes. We got a couple more minutes until the chapter. I'm very excited. Can't wait to see where this goes. Talking to this one dude who's like telling me that Yuha Bak is going to be fine reacting to Goku. And it's like, he was reacting to Ichibe. We know how fast he is, but it's like, how are you comparing Ichibe to Goku? There's a new chapter out. The new chapter will be out in about 7 minutes, man. Got a couple more minutes. Just chill for a little bit. I'll change the background image since I still have this Viernes one. I'll change it to something from the chapter. Do you think Hades knew about Diablos and the 5 Dragon Gods? No, I doubt it. Because Diablos was relatively new. Because Georg only formed the guild in response to the 100 Years quest. So I really doubt Hades was aware. Because it's like, what reason would he have to research any of that? Didn't Silver had a demon? No. So like the thing is, and this is a factual, not an inconsistency, but more of kind of like a left up plot point or plot thread. Is Mishima said he wasn't 100% sure on if Silver was going to be Deliora or not. That's why that comment is there. But it's like everything after that is in response to him being Silver and stuff. That's why, like, with his interactions with Natsu and whatnot went the way that they did. But that first comment where it's like, Kyoko's saying that he showed up in his human form was because Mishima wasn't 100% on which way he wanted to go with that or not. He was still on the fence. Yeah, Diablos is a relatively new guild. It depends on when you want to look at the timeline of when he would probably take it. I feel like with Kieran, because Kieran doesn't have an age, I don't think we've given an age for Kieran. I would guess he's like 34. Let's just say 34. The young version of him that we saw in the flashback was maybe 10. I'm just guessing numbers real quick. So let's say 24 years, including the 2 years from 100 Years Quest and going into Alvarez, as well as the 7 years from Sirius Island. That takes it down to about 15 years. So 15 year span of what? That would only go to like what, 769? I doubt it. Like he was like at the time probably when Georg formed the guild was when Hades was probably out razing through towns and villages looking for the keys. I doubt he cared at all about what was going on with Diablos and another continent. You're going to have them team up to defeat their dragons? Well, they're not going to team up to defeat Ignia. Like, I can see Viernes. I don't think Ignia. Ignia, I think, has to be Natsu one-on-one. I think it'd be weird for it not to be. One sec. I'm gonna do my favorite old switcheroo soon, where after I get bored arguing about Goku, I'm just gonna bring up Zera for no reason. I love doing that. It's funny to me. It's like you get in some like barely functional kind of debate, and then it's just like, well, this part's done, and then you just for no reason, like a character you like, well, this character claps, and it's like it can either end or they're like bullshit, and then it's like another hour of like, man. So when is Igneous playing gonna start? Well, he said he was going to the place where they planned it, so maybe we'll see that this chapter. I would love to see him like land on some really cool, ominous looking location. Like imagine like it's a giant like ravine, like for all the horizon, it's just like everything is canyons and openings, and there's like weird fog and I don't know, other ominous shit, like there's hands and weird face spirits or something, and he lands on like some mountaintop that's like has like an open platform on it or something with, I don't know, some weird stuff. Because I've said the thing about the heart, it's really weird. It's such a weird plot device. Not like plot device is like a negative way, more of like the positive side. Because it's the fact that it can get information of any kind, including stuff that nobody knows about that's lost to time. So like I mentioned, you could literally be like, have the heart and be like, oh, I know how to flawlessly bring people back from the dead. No Ankh-Saram shit or anything. Because, you know, it's some method that 10 millennia ago, one guy developed and then didn't want people to have, so he burned it and then that killed himself. So there was no chance anybody ever found out. But Hart knows because of absurd information gathering abilities. Okay, we got 2 minutes until the chapter. I hope you guys are stoked. I'm stoked. I'm ready to see what's going to go on with this man. I hope he looks cool. I really want his humanoid form. So like I said, I want him to either be this kind of crisp looking religious zealot or like a psychotic, barely functional scientist that looks like his mind is barely holding itself together. I hope that like there's a couple avenues on that I'm really hoping to see go down, and I just gotta wait to see what Mishima's plan is for him. Diablos and Deferites to defeat 2 Dragon Gods. I mean, they'll eventually defeat Viernes, I would assume, in like combo style, but not with Ignia. That has to be a Natsu fight. What's up, Dominique? How's it going, man? You got the chapter out. You got it in just in time. He's not beating Zeref though. Who Yawbach? No, he's not. Hope Gaji will be MVP of the Viernes arc. I really hope Gaji will get some great spotlight in this next arc. Is Diablo still relevant in the next Dragon God arc? Since Gold, will certainly be the next mini enemies. I mean, yeah, they're gonna grow with him, I would assume. But like, why would Celine just leave him? Hopefully, he'll be a long hair dude. Maybe I could see like some really cool, like long, like Mard Gear-esque hair. All right, let me open up the chapter. Let's see what's on the cover today. Oh, it's like a Natsu cover. Let's see. Oh, it's like Natsu's just kind of in a cool pose. Nothing kind of crazy in terms of that. Are they going to be separating, though, for a bit? If Fairy Tail... I think they're going to both be doing stuff. I'm looking at this because it looks like they're about to kind of go do their own thing. It looks like they're leaving or going off. I don't know if they're staying in the guild for a little bit. Definitely need to find out. Because like, I don't imagine that they have to be grouped up the whole time because that's a lot of people. But I don't like it if Diablos is just going to call it and not involve themselves anymore. That I don't want. Because it's like Celine has to involve herself. But like, what is Celine's contribution to this next part going to be is what I want to know. Because it's like, she's the only one that knows about Viernes. Oh, they went back to their guild. What are they doing in the guild? Man, I hope this isn't just a slice of life chapter. I need some important information of some kind. I think it is just a slice of life chapter. Okay, no. We got something at the end. Okay. Bit at the end I'll mention. But I will say this chapter was mostly... Did we not get anything on Viernes? Looks like there's some talk with Celine, but I don't know if there's anything we really got much-wise for it. I'll have to look and see what the... chapter says, or what the translations say when people post some stuff up. But... the thing that people are going to be hyped about is who's at Lucy's house. we have Sting, Rogue, Minerva, and Yukino. So Sting and Rogue might get to join back in. This is something I know people have been hyped for. Sting and Rogue actually getting to be involved. I don't know about Minerva and Yukino's plans, but Sting and Rogue being back is definitely, Mishima's definitely trying to build up some more hype on it. Let me see, I'm gonna post this real quick. I'm gonna post this up. Dang it, man. I was hoping for at least some information on it, but it looks like Mishima's probably gonna wait and let that kind of build up. I was really hoping we would get like something about Viernes's plans, but I'm not mad at this, and I'm salty just because I don't like waiting. I'm not mad at it because we did get the bit last week, and as I've mentioned, anytime Mishima does these transitionary kind of cooldown chapters in between arcs, as long as he ends it with like something of story value, I'm fine with it. I don't really mind fun stuff in between the crazier arcs as long as we get stuff that actually is going to be able to look at like what's going on and say, oh, okay, cool, now I have an understanding of certain things that are going to be, progressing forward and whatnot. Okay, let me see what I can find online. Let me see what I can find for any information on what happens in the dialogue-wise in the chapter. What? Okay, so what Selene, real quick, Selene and Diablos. Oh, hang on a second. Scoleon's got a new outfit, dude. Why didn't Scoleon get a new fit? Dude, he looks cool. He's got like a new cloak. Hold on, is that a new chest? Hold on. I actually have to go back. As one of the only Scoleon fans, I have to give him the due diligence and go look at real quick. I remember Scoleon's cape, so I know when he gets a new one. I know Scoleon Raider. I've enjoyed him since his debut. Actually, it'd be really cool if like we got like flash chapters, like every few chapters we got like a chapter with Diablos and Selene. That'd be pretty cool. Or at least like peering over to see what they're doing, I think would be great. For it's like it's not just going to be POVs of the main cast. We're also going to get times with Diablos and all those guys. I mean, I'd be hyped for that, especially with Suzaku. Is that a new chess piece? I don't... let me see. I don't know if it's a new chess piece. It's absolutely a new cape. That's 100% a new cape. He did not have, like, a collar to it like that, and it didn't ride that high up last time. Madmul's got a little bit of a cloak going on, too. But, yeah, so Diablos is going to go search for Athena, and then Fairy Tail members are going to go search for Viernes and Ignia. That's the plan. Good. I like that there's a reason for them not grouping up to go fight them. Because like I would have thought it was to be super weird if Selene just decided to be like, well, I'm going to not do anything anymore, I guess. Good job, Scoleon. I'm happy that you got something. Just trying to look at some of this real quick. What's the last thing? Eleftheria, I still do not in any way trust you at all. Do not trust her. Misaki's team up with Urza. Man, I wish we got like a short skirmish bit, like a training-ish arc. But I'm happy that there's a logical reason that they're gonna, go do their own thing rather than just they're not gonna join them for whatever reason, so they don't have too big of a group or too many people. So why do they go back to the guild though? This is very interesting because this is a good opportunity for them to be able to do more with like grab more characters. Obviously Sting and Rogue being around is huge. I know people have been wanting that for a long time, figuring out what's going on with them. Let me see this real quick. Trying to see something. Gajo's only gone for a little bit. I don't know they're freaking out. Okay, what's this thing with Makarov? Makarov's got something in the chapter too. I want to find out what's going on. Do you think Golden Eye will have a revive Wendy parents? No. Why would they do that? Anyway, let me see what else. I was trying to see, there's like a bit at the end where Makarov's saying something, and I want to know what it is. Like, I can't. It's got to be something with Sabretooth. I imagine it's gonna be something important. Like, what if... I'm trying to think. What if Sabretooth disbanded? Actually, I think that'd be really funny. Like, Sabretooth disbands for whatever reason, and then some of the members join, and then they get to go on the 100 Years quest. 1 second. Ugh. Man, it's definitely interesting. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more lore this chapter, but I'm not mad at it because it is still in the middle of arcs. Dang it. It's that ending definitely helped a lot. The end, because it's the same thing as like last chapter was like good stuff. I mean, I will say I liked the fact they went back to their guild. They're gonna just kind of chill for a little bit, hang out. I like seeing the Diablos members. I mean, in general, I like especially Scullion's new cloak. Actually, hang on. He's got it's like a fully new outfit, actually. The belt is a little different, but his, like, the lower half of his outfit is also different. Man, Mishima, please do not do this to Scullion. Give him a new outfit and then never do anything with him. It's weird actually looking at his older pictures and the way that his horns were when he first showed up. Because they were more like forward, and then Mishima's just decided they're go straight up now. They've been going just straight up. I think he was, it was like shortly after his initial one, it slowly started to go more like that, where it became more of these pointy upwards horns. Anyway, yeah, pretty solid chapter. I mean, nothing wild. It was just an in-between arcs, like I said. But Sting and Rogue returning. I'm actually curious as to what percentage of the fans are gonna be like extra hype for that. Like whichever Sting and Rogue's favorite fanboys are going to be. How are they gonna react to this? Are they gonna be stoked? Do they care too much? Or are they just going to be like, yeah, whatever? I think it'd be fine as long as Sting and Rogue aren't disrespected. I don't know what Mishima will do with Kagura and Yukino, but I think Sting and Rogue, I mean, in the 100 Years quest, will do just fine. And then, like, Sting and Rogue have been pretty cool in general. I know people like to always involve Sting towards his surrender in the Grand Magic games, as if there's no context to why he did that. But also, as if like that's the only thing he's ever done, and it's like I thought every pretty much part otherwise was Sting. After Sting stopped being a douchebag in the Grand Magic games, because I mean, prior to his turn, he was a twat, but I mean, he's been pretty cool, and I liked him in his spinoff too. Let me change the background a little bit. Since I've had this damn Viernes one for so long. Let me just put it as a, let's put it as a nice picture of Sting and Rogue. Let me see. There we go. I gotta make it a little bigger. Minerva, you might get out of the picture a little bit. Oh, Lecter did though. We got Frosh. That's a big plus. Son of Luckerman and eat dragon. Which generation would that person be? Probably be some weird new type. I mean, but I imagine if you eat a Lacrima and it's like you chew and ingest it, then you would be a 5th gen because you're not getting it implanted in your body. You're consuming it and integrating it. How dragon eaters work, right? I would imagine at least. Anyway, it doesn't look like we have. The only thing about like chapters like this that bother me, not in like an actual way, but it's just like because there's not a lot for me to discuss. It's cool and interesting, but I don't have like a ton to go off except for the parts at the end. Well, definitely I'm gonna go into once we get like more kind of better translate information of what's going on with Makarov and Sabretooth. Because it's just like, it's Sabretooth just here, but what was the part with Makarov and whatnot at the very end? Talking about Sabretooth. Unless Sabretooth disbanded or something. I'll have to wait and find out and see what exactly is going on with them. Because, like, I don't see any other reason for them to kind of, like, show up and hang out if they're not gonna do anything. Plus, I mean, hold on, I can hear my cat's trying to get in the cupboards. One of my cats learned how to open cupboards, so then every once in a while I hear him messing with shit. Sabretooth in the manga and still screen. That is a good point. Orga is not anywhere to be seen. Rufus is neither. But I like the thing is like I'm wondering is like are they gonna try and compete in the 100 Years quest? Because otherwise, like, what's the point of Sting and Rogue? But how are they gonna do that if they're not in the guild unless something happened to Sabretooth itself? Maybe Sting's Holy Dragons connect the Viernes. I mean maybe because like here's the thing because Viernes is a gold dragon, but we don't know if that's gold the metal or if it's like how, you know, Sting is white, where it's light and holy. Is gold a combination of different attributes to make up some, like, super attribute? Favorite 100 Years quest arc by far? Oh, mine was definitely the Seal. Man, I love the Alderaan ending. That was the hype bit for my guy. I mean, I'm a Minerva fan, so I'm happy to see her around in general. Where's Jalal? I don't know. Well, Jalal, though, I don't think we really need to have any crazy thing about Jalal since Jalal was invited to join the guild. I feel like that's all we really need to get is, like, confirmation that he's joined. I don't think we saw him at all in the chapter. Let me go double check. I don't remember seeing him anywhere. Because, like, the only part with Urza, she was talking to Makarov, and so I assume that if Jalal was around, then it probably would have an Urza conversation. Or at least a bit where we see him try and talk to her. I'm trying to see. I don't see him anywhere. I don't even see him in the background. Yeah, I don't see Jalal anywhere. He's probably off doing something. Maybe he's hanging out with Guild Arts. Oh, actually, there's a bit about Laxus in this chapter. Let me go see what that says. Because I do want to know what's up with going to be with Laxus and his and the fact that he doesn't have the Lockroom anymore, but he consumed like the magic soul of Alexion. Let me see. Where's the one with Laxus? I need to know what's up with him. What's he being weird about? Well, I know what he's talking about, but it's like, is there gonna be, is there some form of insight as to the reveal of what exactly is going on with Laxus? Let me see. Um. Like, as Laxus is saying that he like, I get the concept of like he ate the soul and stuff and then doesn't have the locker room, but my only thing is like, what does that mean for his type though? Is he a second gen? Is he a fifth gen? Is he a new type? I remember Sting or Leon also wanted Jalal to join their guild. I don't remember that. Like, Leon wanted Juvia to join their guild. I don't remember anything about Jalal. Done. Think Gajo and Lexus will tag along in the Hunter's Quest? Yes, I do. I don't know why they wouldn't. Well, because the whole thing is like, now apparently Laxus has like the actual power now of Alexion instead of the Lacrima. So does that mean that he's going to does that mean he's going to be stronger? Let me see. What did it say? Yeah, I'll definitely have to figure out what exactly he's talking about. Why would they not include him in the fight with God Serena? It wouldn't make any sense. He's like, why set up a rematch for God Serena and then not do anything with him? I'll be pretty upset if Mishima doesn't at least give Godjill a moment. But yeah, I think that might be it for today. Unless you guys got anything else you want to talk about, anything you guys want to discuss. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of new lore information this chapter. It was more of a setup. Again, it's bits of I can't even say what's to come. It's just getting everything set up, I guess, for this next arc, getting things in motion. And we can keep going if people want to. It's just usually when the chat slows down, it's just like if nobody's talking, it's like I got nothing to talk about. But if you guys got anything you want to mention, bring up, and I guess I can do my show real quick. I'd really appreciate anybody who hasn't yet. If you guys could thumbs up the video, thumbs up the stream. We got 10 likes on it and 20 people here. If I can get a couple more, I'd appreciate it. If you guys, feel like I've entertained you enough, or if it's just enough to, give you guys some information on 100 Years Quest, I appreciate any form of donations, but they are as donations. They're not required. Last thing. So I'm going to have to mess with my schedule. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any chapter release streams like this for a bit, but I do plan on still doing chapter streams. Like, if I'm not able to do these ones, what I'll do instead is after I record my review, post and stuff, I'll get to I'll get to doing a stream where we'll actually talk about, whatever happened in this recent chapter and other different forms of shonen and stuff. There you have it. No team up between Fractal and Diablos. Not yet. They just split up to go try and accomplish their goal. Somebody has to find Viernes and Ignia, but Ignia's gonna be saved. And then somebody has to find Athena. I'm not doing a tier list for feet. Guess Lex is stronger now since he was taking power from Lacrima. Now he's getting the power from the soul, stronger than the 5th gen. I'm assuming it's got a more potent level. Like, maybe he can actually get, like, actual good Dragon Force. Where do y'all rate 100 Years Quest chapters? It's off the Manga Poke app, which is the